Islam.
Islam.
Man, see, how important is it for a nation or empire to have interior and infrastructure?
An interior or an infrastructure?
Yeah.
What's your definition of interior before I answer that question? Make sure I'm clear on what you mean.
Like how well they build up the nation being what it is, because throughout history we've seen many kings and many emperors really stress about interior and infrastructure for their nation. In your opinion, how is it important as it deals in today as it was back in the ancient times of our peoples?
Language is the companion of empires. You do not have language on cap. You have lack of ability to have cohesion amongst your ranks, which means you have no ability to engage in international discourse in a manner that is sustainable. If you cannot do that, the bedrock for your psycho-socio-economic structure is likened to that of quicksand. And so, interior, to use your terminology, is exceedingly important. In our terminology, it would be psycho-socio-economic structure. You must have that well in hand, well in place, because it gives your folks a basis, a foundation to work from, a point of origin. You cannot plot and navigate your course without having your point of origin down. It makes it easier for you to know where in the world you're going once you know where you're starting from. And so, infrastructure is incredibly important. Processes of your infrastructure are incredibly important because it gives you the ability to exist and function efficiently and proficiently, which provides those that enjoy what your infrastructure is doing. It gives them the ability to say, hey, we have the maximum benefit here because we're at the optimum of operations. Very, very important. But most importantly of all, in my view, your offspring, everything is all about your future. You must provide them with a viable leg to stand on, as they say. Give them a firm foundation. Be reputable, humble, dignified, but always firm. Healthy, wealthy, and wise. In order to do these things, which sound like platitudes to most folks, it starts with language, the basis of all culture. It starts with language that allows you to engage in a wide variety of issues. Now, there are a lot of debates that can be raged over what language. There can be a lot of debates that can be raged over what type of infrastructure. As far as I'm concerned, at the end of the day, folks don't care what hoops you have to jump through. All they want to know is, as their government structure, do you have a solution to that which ails them? Whatever you had to go through to provide said solution is not their concern. They want to know, do you have what is required to provide unto them that which they need to sustain themselves and their household? When individual households can stand, the collective households can stand, you have peace and security. When they cannot stand, you have animosity, which eventually leads to disharmony, which eventually leads to artificial barriers, which will cause that house to implode. And so, infrastructure, interior, as you say, hugely important. Most importantly for our offspring, to make sure that we always have a viable option, to make sure we always take care of food, clothing, and shelter, system of health, and system of learning and trade, and all the peripherals on our own terms, on our own steam, in harmony with that which is ordained to manifest on this plane of existence as destiny. And all that occurring through the gift of love of life that comes from us through our beloved ancestors, as we are the strength of their bones on this plane of existence. I don't know what could be more important than that. I'm talking about in the physical manifestation of things. We are here to do a job. And on my watch, we will always be humble but dignified, always firm. It's not always what you do, it's also the way you do it. I am a firm believer in doing things in a manner that is peaceful and peaceable. I don't go out of my way to start static, and don't take it either. We have a duty, obligation, and responsibility to just be. To seek the good in all, to do that which is right and just at all times. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Or love, peace, freedom, truth, and justice. The order is irrelevant. How you engage is relevant. I am more interested in seeing after the maintenance, improvement, and continuous expansion of the Moor's paradigm, specifically in that which we refer to as the Amexem-Moor-Empire perspective. We deal in the organic and not in the inorganic. We shall always deal in the organic and not in the inorganic. Always from a perspective of knowing that it's all about what we build for our offspring. And honestly, that's why you had to answer that. Did it follow up?
No, not this time.
That would be what I was expecting to have a follow up to, but alright. It's good to share with you though. And interviews are a wonderful thing. It allows us to share unadulterated, unspun, where we're coming from within the Amexem-Moor-Empire, and more importantly, why. So it's good to share with you, good to build with you, and I'd love to build with you once again. So until then, you be well, prosperous, and healthy and peaceful. Islam.
Islam.